A new path, embarked on the second journey, and, drumroll please, Khazan! This game was so fucking good. I platinumed the first Berserker Khazan, as you guys can see here, and this is the journey. As you probably heard, I absolutely adore this game, and I actually even did it twice. The second time being on the Xbox, as you can see here. But this is a platinum journey, so I'm going to show you guys my entire first playthrough that we did on the channel. And the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, all the crazy boss fights that we get into, so let's get into it. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good. So, quick story summary, we play as Khazan, a disgraced general, and we have no idea why he's disgraced at this point. You get possessed by a phantom, the phantom helps you do certain things within the game. The game has a bunch of fun bosses, a bunch of fun mechanics, and a parry system that is godlike. You guys are going to see me use this parry system pretty much throughout the entire game, and it's probably one of the best mechanics I've ever seen in a Souls-like. Not too long after starting the game, we run into our first boss, Yatuga. This is a pretty intimidating first boss for when you're still learning the mechanics in a Souls-like game. But this boss was so much fun to learn, and it does push you to learn this game a bit more. As we say in the Souls community, the first try is always just data, just learning how the boss works. This boss is very, very fast and very strong for being a first boss in a Souls-like game. It does teach you the mechanics, as you were seeing me explain there. The purple bar that you see on some bosses degrades when you hit them. It's basically stamina, but you can degrade this and it doesn't go back up. When you fight some bosses, they have a white stamina bar, and that does replenish. One of my most hated bosses has that type of bar, but we'll get into that later. After a good few attempts and actually learning Yatuga's moveset, we finally take him down and we get our very first trophy. Yes, bitch! Ruler of the Frozen Mountain. Defeat Yatuga. Whew. That was fun. This is what I mean with me in these games. Like, I don't get frustrated when I lose. I just get more pumped up. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking beat this thing's ass. And I did. Remember that phantom I mentioned at the start of the game? We go to a place where we're supposed to remove him, which introduces us to a bunch of new mechanics. Your skill tree, the three main weapons of the game, greatsword, spear, and dual blades. I stuck with the greatsword for the first playthrough, and I'm glad I did because it allowed me to learn a lot of the bosses very well. In my opinion, the greatsword is probably the hardest one to wield out of all three, and it does take a lot of learning, but it makes the game so much fun. Once we've done all that and reached the top of the mountain, we encounter the Blade Phantom, which is this Final Fantasy looking ass character here. Amazing character, and funnily enough, Khazan, I forgot to mention, is voiced by Ben Starr. He is killing it recently, especially with Expedition 33, Khazan, Final Fantasy 16, so good. Fuck. I'm dead. As soon as I saw my exhaustion, I was just like, ah, damn. This is maybe one of the bosses where having a big ass slow sword like this might not be the best, but we'll try it. As you can see, I'm already doubting the greatsword's capabilities, and this is one of the first bosses where it's two phases. He's not too difficult, but he does have a lot of really quick moves, and you're still learning the mechanics at this point. So I would recommend doing this with either dual blades or spear, because they are much faster. But your stamina is terrible at this point in the game. Ah, so close. I can do this. I can do this. Yes! Combative Phantom of the Netherworld. Give me your armor, bitch.
I will have no masters. You need my body.
Come to me, Ifrit. After defeating the Blade Phantom, we arrive at the Crevice, which is our hub area, where you can upgrade your weapon, speak to all the different people here. The only annoying thing about this area is there's a portal you need to go through to get to like the living and the dead side, and it does get a bit frustrating when you run back through different levels and have to keep going through that portal every 5 seconds. The next area is full of a bunch of dragon enemies, so you assume you're going to fight a dragon type boss at the end of it. This is Viper. This boss is one of the hardest bosses in the game in my opinion, just because he's so early on and you're still learning all the mechanics of the game, things like that. So it does take me a while to kill this boss, but it's so satisfying when you do actually finish this boss off. Did that just fucking kill me? Oh my god. Shit. Why do I have a feeling this guy is kind of playing with me? Like this is only his first phase or something? No? Yeah, I thought so. I've played too many of these games. Yep, I was right, and this is as good as it gets on the first try here. And the kicker with this fight, you're going to have to go all the way back to the very first phase. Right, well it looks like we're going to have to get good at this phase instead of just powering through it. It didn't take me long to get good at this boss fight, but you know some of those bosses where you fight them and it feels like it lasts forever because you have to go through a phase first before you get to this phase, before you can learn it? Yeah, that's what this boss is like. That's why this boss is probably the one that killed people the most, as you can probably see from the Khazan stats here. I have like zero healing here. Oh, fuck. Wait, did I get hit or what? Yes! Berserk Dragon General. Defeat Viper. Fucking hell. A 4-phase boss fight this early on in the game. Another trophy down, another boss beaten. We get introduced to some amazing artwork that is pretty much the cutscenes in between certain boss fights. This game is so stylized. I absolutely love everything about it. And now we're going to move on to the next boss area. In the next area, while travelling towards the boss, I decide to go for one of the next optional trophies, which is for beating one of these Revenants of Adversity, or at least summoning one of them. You do not want to summon during this entire playthrough, but these summons are fine. This is why it took me a minute here to check. I wanted to make sure that if I summon this, I will not break the game and kind of boot myself out of that trophy for not summoning anything during the entire game. So yeah, you summon it, you kill it, you get items and things like that. They're not particularly hard, but they're not fun to fight in my opinion, and they don't drop anything anywhere near as good as they should. But yeah, beat them, or just summon it and die to it, and then continue on. The next boss coming up is an absolute test of your skills up to this point. You see the light in front of the door? You do not want to summon this. This is the thing that will break one of the trophies when you're playing through the game. If you summon that, that is basically like a phantom that helps you during the fight. And you need to go through an entire playthrough without summoning one of those, so make sure you do not do this. But this fight is called Volbino. He's basically a big fire deer thing. This fight took me ages. Viper didn't feel very long. Volbino actually took me probably more than an hour to beat, just because of how much damage he does. And in this game, even if you parry, otherwise known as brink block, which is the thing that you keep seeing on the game when it flashes when I block, that's when you perfect block, essentially. When he uses fire attacks, it goes through it. So the fire buildup will still happen regardless of whether you do that or not. So you either have to learn to dodge or just learn to deal with the fire damage, which I don't really deal with very well in this fight. I'm dead. Yep, fuck. Woo! I'm dead. What the? Hold on a minute. Nah. Nah. Okay. Right, okay. So when he gets to like almost death, he starts just lighting the arena up. That does damage as well? Why does everything fucking do damage? Bollocks. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Fuck you, big cow thing, Volbino, whatever the fuck you're called. Woo! Ah.
A moment, please.
Hey!
I just wanted to thank you for saving me. I owe you my life.
See, this is why I love these games. This is why I keep playing them, because it feels good when you do that.
Where I can find him.
Oh, I wonder.
I totally forgot she was even there, by the way. Boss down finally, but he did actually make me way better at the game, as we'll see from the next few bosses that we do. On to the next area, which is going to have one of the people in it that we're going to need to find some things for a trophy. This little guy here is Danjin. He has a pretty big obsession with pots, as you can probably see here. He wants us to collect 44 of his little jarlings, which are these little things that you find around the map. They are absolutely adorable. Look at how cute they are. He also sells some pretty good lanterns, but they are very expensive. But they are very good to have early game. Once you find all his jarlings, he does actually promise you a reward, but he's an absolute liar because he doesn't give you a reward. You have to buy certain things from him. But the things he does sell when you get those jarlings are absolutely amazing, so keep an eye out for these. Once we've assisted Danjin and find his little pot friends in that one area that he's in, I bet you can't guess what the boss in this next area is going to be, considering all the enemies in this area are gigantic spiders. Yep, that's right, it's going to be a bear. No, I'm kidding, it's a giant spider. This boss, in my opinion, is probably one of the easiest ones in the game. I had a discussion with a few people on stream about this, and people who had played the game at this point, and it seems like this boss is one of those ones where it's supposed to be like a breather boss after Volbino and Viper, because those are two of the hardest ones that you've ever come across at this point. This boss, you can break its limbs and do a major amount of damage to it. The only thing that's dangerous is venom, especially when it puts it on its limbs and it can build it up, even when you perfect block and things like that. So, not too bad a boss fight. Only takes 2 attempts to kill this boss, thankfully, and we get another trophy. That bear that I showed you earlier is actually part of a side quest where you have to get the blacksmith's hammer and allow yourself to upgrade certain things. There's a bunch of side quests in this game, pretty much just other levels that run you back through the same sort of pattern, just make you fight a different boss, things like that. At the time of recording this and playing this through, these were bugged, so you would never get the trophy for actually doing them unless you did them all in one go, which we have to do later on, but that's a problem for a future Sol. Okay, rant time. I love every single boss in this game apart from this guy right here. This guy is an absolute a-hole. This is Rankus, and he does a lot of really delayed attacks, has fire attacks that are huge, go through the entire arena, build up a bunch of fire on you, and like I said, even if you brink block, you still take fire build up, and also damage as well. This fight almost drove me insane. It doesn't take that long, I don't believe, but I do die a lot. And he's just such a pain in the ass. Even playing through on New Game Plus, I do not like fighting this boss. Every other boss in the game, absolutely love. They're all in a tier list on my channel as well if you want to go have a look at what they are. And he's pretty much one of the worst ones in the tier list. But I'll go through this and you guys can see the fight for itself. Good first attempt. I tried to heal in between his combo. That's fine. At least we're right outside the door. Okay. I'm dead. Holy shit! That wasn't too bad. Right, I've maybe got time for one more attempt. Oh my god! Right, okay, they're OP as fuck. Oh my god, how far do you need to get away from that? Mwah! One more attack. One more attack. Yes, bitch. That's what you get. Eat my fucking greatsword. Ugh. Defeat Rankus. Because I've just basically been parrying the entire time on the game and not really dodging. But the fact that he just does so much fire, it's like, you need to dodge. Thankfully, after that arsehole of a boss, we come to one of my favourite bosses in the entire game, Maluka. It sounds like a weird disease, but he's actually one of the most fun bosses to fight. And the armour that he's wearing is the armour that I pretty much wear throughout the entire game once I beat him.
Impossible. This isn't how my story ends.
He's gonna be like, power up time! And of course he has a second phase. This is the part which is amazing. I think the reason I actually like this guy so much is because he kind of reminds me of Virgil, and you'll see what I mean in a second.
That stench. Chaos. We should have guessed.
That's why he has 3 swords. Okay. I'm sorry, what? Okay, so a new status effect called Chaos, which I have no idea what it does. Oh my god, he's so fast. Like, I need to learn his moves, because like I can't just start swinging at him, because he does so much damage. He does not give a fuck about my heavy attacks. Holy shit. I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. No! No! I should have just blocked. I had enough stamina. Fuck. Once you've learned this move, however, this makes him much easier to deal with. Do it. Do it, you bitch. Come on. Oh yeah, fucking taunt me. Yeah, come on. Come on, I know you're gonna do it. You're gonna sheath your sword and then immediately get parried. And again. Oh! Oh, this again. Yes! Literally mastered that fight. Defeat Maluka. And this leads into arguably one of the best cutscenes in this game.
Stop the chaos, mortal.
Oh shit! Come to me, Ifrit! Oh, what the fuck? I look sick. This literally just reminds me of FF16, where it's like, embrace the truth. Unpatched. The only reason I'm playing it patched is because I need to unlock the things. Oh, we do get that as we get Phantom Form. Oh! Even more things to use. You stayed in GS mode for ages. Gotta be this one. GG, thank you. That was crazy. That was a really fun fight, though. Like, that's one of the fights, like you said, where you master it, you've mastered it. Like, as soon as every time he put his sword in the sheath, I was like, I'm gonna be able to parry this. In this next area, it's a big lab section. Elamane here, which is the one we rescued from Volbino. She's been helping us in a couple bosses, but not really, because it's a cutscene help where they don't actually help you in the fights. And we go through this, she gets kidnapped, so we have to go rescue her. But it ends up with her being the boss. After absolutely decimating Maluka once I'd learned his patterns, I was pretty confident here, but Elamane humbled me quite a bit. Oh my... Oh my god! I was like, I'm not going to block because that didn't actually do a lot of damage when it hit me there, but yeah, maybe I should block that next time. Elamane is one of the boss fights where you have to play by her rules. She keeps her shield up most of the time, and she also, once she drains your stamina, will grab you every single time. So even if you drain the stamina yourself, this fight is basically a battle of who has their stamina higher. And as you can see there, she absolutely stabs the hell out of your health. So you need to make sure you do not lose stamina in this fight. Ah, fucking hell! Yeah, I can't be getting my stamina broken with her. It's not like other bosses where they break your stamina, you get a little bit of reprieve. She just goes crazy. Fucking hell. Ooh, she's gonna be a fun fight to master, I think. No! Ah, so shit. There's no big revelation trend. She's just really, really fun to fight and really difficult. Yes! Woo! Funny thing is, Elamane is one of the really strong boss fights where it feels like you fight her for literally ages, but it is basically just because she doesn't take very much damage and she's very defensive. I think I only died to her maybe 7 times in this entire fight, but it just feels very long. And like I said, you can't run out of stamina, so you're basically on the back foot a little bit. But she is an insanely fun fight, her music's great, and that's one more boss down, one more trophy done. So we're going to skip to the boss like usual. The areas of the game are beautiful and they're fun to explore and things like that, but they're not really interesting and you don't really die when you have the greatsword, in my opinion. The greatsword is great for when you have a bunch of enemies trying to attack you. Bosses, it's a bit harder, but enemies, there's no chance of you dying to a group of enemies with a greatsword. So the next boss is Shaktuka, which is this big, weird, lion, open-mouth hybrid thing. And another thing that causes status effects, which is great in this game, because like I said previously when we fought Volbino, even if you brink block, you're still going to get hit by the status effect, which is what kills me the very first time I fight him. This only takes 2 attempts, I believe, but very fun boss fight, really fun moveset, and yeah, he's a joy to fight, just because of his attacks are really, really easy to read. And I was right, it's Applying Plague. Well, to be fair, I've done pretty well there. I'm stopping playing to watch because it's a good one. That was a good first try, to be fair. Defeat Shaktuka. Oh, seems like the drinking hasn't dulled my senses, eh? Oh yeah, I totally forgot I was having a drink when I was streaming this. So it seems like sometimes drinking when you're playing these games actually makes you play better because you're not overthinking as much as you usually do. So we got another trophy out of the way, another boss done. Not a very crazy one, not story-wise anyway, just basically rescuing people. On to the next boss in the next area. The next area is insanely long. It reminds me of the Sunken City area in Dark Souls 1 because you have to lower the water and things like that. And yeah, it took me about probably an hour and a half to get through the whole area. And then we come to one of my utmost favourite bosses in this entire game, just because of how long it actually took me to beat her. I had to change my entire strategy with how I played with the greatsword. She is a mage boss. I was actually complaining we hadn't had any mage bosses. Well, not complaining, more just observing. But then we get a bunch of mage bosses back to back, and she's one of the first ones, but she's actually a really fun mage boss to fight, so enjoy.
That's disappointing.
Ozma, where is he?
Okay.
The great General Khazan. I never understood what Ozma saw in you. Always talking you up all the time. Very annoying. Why would he need you when he already had me?
I feel like this is going to be ridiculous. I wasn't expecting a sexy jellyfish woman.
Thank you for the strength you've given me, Master Ozma. Now Khazan will die.
That is a grab. What is the jellyfish thing on me? I've got a jellyfish debuff. Ah, bollocks. Right then, okay.
Ozma,
She seems like a jellyfish, yeah.
see what I do for you.
Sexy, overpowered jellyfish. What the fuck? What the f- What the fuck is this boss?
Great.
You know what's funny? I said we haven't fought a magic caster, and she's a fucking magic caster. Why did I jinx us, Trin? Why did I jinx us? I can't figure out the jellyfish. The jellyfish definitely have something to do with it. There's a different coloured one, isn't there? What I'm trying to figure out here is what her second phase is. She spawns a bunch of jellyfish around the arena, and there's two blue ones in the middle. I don't actually figure out here, but I had an inkling they had something to do with how that phase works. One of the guys in the chat, Mike, he actually pointed out that it looks like the jellyfish actually do something when you run through them. So we had to practice it and figure out kind of what it does. This boss fight took me a while. I'm just going to stand here. Just kill me. Oh my god, nah, I don't have the reactions just now for this. Alright, I'll try a couple more times, but I'm not getting anywhere near her second phase at the moment, so no point in continuing just now because I'm too tired. Just kill me, I'm not going to see your second phase. Because the more tired I get, the less I'm going to do, so... Return of the Witch, defeat Crocker. I killed her with a parry. And just like that, one of the hardest bosses I've fought in this game so far, beaten. That was an ordeal. This took me quite a long time, and obviously, as you can see, I didn't actually do one more attempt. Whenever I say that, it's always multiple attempts. But with Troca beaten, another boss down, another trophy unlocked, and on to the next area. Let's see what we've got in store. Next area of the game is a very tedious puzzle type area where you have to go through a bunch of different areas to open these sigils, which opens the portal to the boss. And the boss is actually quite a fun one. Her name is Bellarine or Balerian. I never understand how to say her name. I think they say it once or twice, but completely forgot how to say it. She's another mage boss, funnily enough. Like I said, after mentioning that we hadn't had a mage boss, we get just a bunch of mage bosses back to back. She has a lot of moves that are pretty crazy, so enjoy the fight. Very difficult boss. She can be anyway if you let her do her stuff. Is this going to be another mage boss? I already just dealt with a mage boss. I don't want to have to fight another one. Funny thing is, the practice must have paid off because we actually one-shot this boss. Alright, what's your second phase, women? Let's see. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I was gonna say, I thought they were all gonna stay about as well. Not the fucking shield again. Yes! First try, baby! Defeated Balerion. Woo! As you can see, the practice from Trocca definitely paid off in terms of how I got used to using the greatsword. Because like I said, it's not an easy weapon to use. It's really good against enemies, but against bosses you have to pick and choose your times on when you attack. The next boss, however, is not going to be as easy as she is. I feel like this video is turning more into a boss rush guide than it is to actually being a platinum video. But the areas, like I said, aren't the best to kind of go around and show clips from. They're all sort of generic. There's a lot of collectibles that you can pick up, but for the most part, the fun in this game is the bosses. And this one right here, Scalpel, is probably one of the hardest ones, in my opinion, just because of how delayed his attacks are. This is quite a long introductory cutscene. Okay, cool. We good? Wait, did he just... I have a feeling he's going to transform into something into something a bit stronger, because he feels... It feels like I'm beating up a weak man at the moment. A sick man. What the? Okay, okay, I stand corrected. You're not a weak man. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. What the fuck? Okay, that was kind of cool. He is like the most delayed character I've fought in this entire game. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Okay, nah. Nah. Why is he looking like he's already in a second phase when I haven't even done any damage to him? What the fuck? So yeah, that was a fun introduction to a boss fight. Scalpel does actually have a few gimmicks in this fight. As you can see, his coffin riding thing here that he does. While he's doing this, he's powering up. So as you can see, the skulls light up on the coffin. As soon as he does this, he goes into like a pseudo second phase within his first phase. And I'm pretty sure he heals as well, as you probably saw from the little bit of health he gained there. That is a bad thing. You don't want to let him get into this form when you're fighting his first phase. Because, surprise! Oh shit! Yup, he has an actual second phase, so that's why I said don't let him get to that pseudo second phase within his first phase, because you're gonna have to deal with this. Good thing is though, his health actually does slowly decrease over time, as you can see here. The only thing is, he does do a lot of crazy damage and plague and crazy attacks, all that sort of thing. My tactic in the end was, I just ran away like a little bitch, and he died. I don't know what... Oh, that's the little... Yeah, that's these. Just a little bit longer, just a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. Hey! Defeat Scalpel. Fuck you, Scalpel. Was that like 3 attempts? Next area is pretty interesting. It's full of musical instruments and it's like a big mansion area. So you probably see that the boss is probably going to use something like that. And this is Princess Elena, I think that's her name. Basically, she uses music-based attacks. She also has like a really fast rapier attack. And yeah, this boss fight can be a little bit tricky. I think I killed her in about 2 or 3 attempts. But she does have a lot of really strong, powerful moves. And like the previous few bosses, apart from obviously Scalpel, she is sort of a mage. She's not as magey as the other mages, but she is still a mage. Fucking hell, calm down, woman. Okay. Now she's using magic. Oh. And I'm dead. That was chaos, I assume. Yes! Tragedy of Pellos. Good thing with this boss, like I mentioned previously with the spider boss, it feels like she's like a intermediate one in between really hard bosses. Because you guys are going to see the ones we're coming up against next are actually really, really difficult. This game just ramps up the difficulty near the end. But as long as you're using your stats properly and you know how your weapon works, I still don't know how the greatsword works at this point. But I do actually manage to use it pretty well in the next few fights. Next boss is by far one of the most annoying bosses for pretty much every build, because there's no way to physically hit the weak point, and you guys are going to see this firsthand here. Oh god, it's like Zelda. He's got a big axe in his head. He's going to come to life by the axe being imbued with chaos or something. Alright, bring it on. You're about to get a greatsword to the face. It's funny how I mentioned greatsword to the face there, because funnily enough, the face is the only part of Hismar you can actually properly hurt. The developers actually released something about this, but I've not looked into it, where there's a different way to beat him. I think it's poison. But for the most part, when you're playing this for the first time, I actually did him on the second try. But when you're playing him for the first time, you have to just parry, brink block, dodge, whatever his attacks are, and wait for him to slam his head down, and then you get maybe 3 seconds to do some damage, as you can see here. And yeah, he also raises his head back up. That does damage to you too, so you need to make sure you're aware of that. He has massive attacks that go throughout the entire arena. It's really hard to see him because of all the visual noise with like all the dust and stuff he kicks up later on. But yeah, overall, not the most fun fight in the world. The fact you can only hit one piece of him and he only brings it down when he wants to is kind of annoying. You can also break his horns on his face, which take him down to the ground for like 10 seconds or so. It doesn't really give you very much time to do anything. This fight, in my opinion, probably should have a little bit of a tweak. Yeah, for the most part, it's an okay fight. Oh, okay. I was not expecting that. Woo! Curse you, Bale! Oh, that was amazing. Oh, that's a grab. I saw that coming as well. The charged overhead does hit him, but it's really hard. Oh, I broke his horns! He is like 1 hit away from staggering. Why is he not staggered? There we go. No, that's a bait again. I'm not going into that. Yes! Defeat Hismar. Woohoo! Yeah, get him, Blade Phantom. Probably one of the coolest bosses lore-wise, but not the most fun to fight when you have a weapon that can't reach its face. And like I said, the spear and the dual blades don't really do the same either. I've used dual blades, I haven't used spear, but everybody seems to complain about the same thing. So the boss is fun. The fact you can't hit his head 90% of the time is probably not the most fun thing. Before we fought the next boss, I went back and did a bunch of exploring, did all the side quests, things like that. At this point, I didn't realise the side quests were bugged and would not unlock the trophies for me. So, it doesn't really matter either way, I'm going to have to do them all again. But this next boss is probably one of my favourite in the entire game, and just, you will see exactly why. Just listen to this music. Oh my god, she's going to be a mage. Yep. And she does chaos. Oh my god, the music. Oh my god, this is probably the best music I've heard in this game so far. If she has a second phase, I'm fucked. She's not dead. Why did I not get a trophy? She's not dead. She's gonna become like Melania or something. Oh shit. Oh my god, she is so cool looking.
Reese! There is no way to save her now, mortal.
I'm dead. I just want to see her phase, so I'm going to keep myself alive for a second. To be fair, I could just outrun them instead of try to dodge them, because dodging them half the time gets me killed. I'm dead. I'm gonna keep myself alive just so I can see what happens. Ah, this is gonna be a ridiculous battle. Fucking hell. Oh! That was a very cool boss though. But yeah, I agree with you, Trent. I don't like the fact that the trophies pop instantly. So we were just discussing on stream there the fact that the trophies kind of give away the fact that the boss has a second phase if they don't pop, which is really annoying in these sort of games because you want to be surprised that the boss has a second phase. Most of the time you can guess, but it is kind of annoying that the trophies do interrupt that and kind of ruin the immersion. This boss, however, does take me a fair bit of time just because of the fact that she is really powerful, has a lot of crazy moves in her second phase, and I didn't actually see quite a lot of them there. But enjoy the ride with me. Ah, bollock. I'm dead. Yeah. I keep forgetting in her second phase her like charge attack doesn't have that hitbox. Oh, okay, I didn't even see what she was doing there. Alright, just kill me. This is a dead run. I'm getting too overzealous now. I know that. Yes! Faded Memories defeat Reese. Holy shit! Oh, she was such a fun boss. Oh. My heart can't take this anymore. And with that, one of the most fun bosses in the game is out of the way, another trophy unlocked, and we are one step closer to getting the platinum. We have one more major boss to go, and it's actually this woman's husband, which is Ozma. Nope, not that Ozma. This Ozma. And boy, are we about to be in for one of the best boss fights I have ever had the pleasure of dealing with in a Souls-like game before. This boss took me forever. It was about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning by the time I actually beat him. And obviously we had to keep doing one more try before we actually got to the end of the fight. However, this boss does have a surprise in store during the fight. And I'm going to show you guys during the playthrough here. Alright, I'm not going to get this second phase and win, but I might as well see what it is. Alright, let's see what the second phase is, because clearly he's going to have like 2 or 3. He's basically become like a Final Fantasy end boss. Fucking hell. Okay, how is this going to work with no health?
Khazan, we saved this world. Do we not then have the right to destroy it?
Too early. I'm just gonna do this just so I can see. Ow. Oh, I don't have any stuff. Ah, I was doing so well there. Okay, his second phase isn't too bad.
Why do you refuse?
The music, man, the music. What's he doing? I'm dead. The grab. Oh my god, this is so good. This boss fight is fucking incredible. No, I'm blocked. Fuck, I should have just kept blocking. Oh! What the fuck is that? He has an insta-kill move? Oh my god, I was at full health, was I not? Was I not? Oh my god, okay, I could have killed him there. I should have just kept rushing him. What? There we go.
Khazan. Chaos is the only true salvation.
He's got a third phase! Why is he all purple? Yep, surprise, the only boss in the game that has a third phase. And this only happens when you've collected all of the collectibles and said you want to see the truth when you have a certain dialogue with a certain someone in the game. Not going to spoil it. If you play this game yourself, you'll know where it is. But this is by far the most surprised I've ever been in one of these games. I did not expect him to have a third phase. It's not too difficult when you know what you're doing, but when you get surprised by it, you just completely melt. Frame rate going. Oh, the chains! Yeah, I forgot about the chains. Phantom! Phantom! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! What the fuck? I didn't even know what to do there. All side quests and request the truth to unlock the third phase. Well, good job I picked that option. Jesus Christ. After all that, I need to go through it all again. And like as usual with these sort of things in Souls games, when you get to that phase and you know that it's there, you just do terribly in the lead up to the next time you try and get there. This is what happens to me, and it takes me a good wee while before we get back to that stage. Whenever he eats chocolate, he says, that happened once, by the way. Terrible sample pool size. What are you talking about? That guarantees. Also, if I win after eating chocolate, we definitely know it's a thing. Yeah, this is the bad part. Oh, I tried to thingy it. Fuck. I'm gonna die because I'm gonna... Wait, I can cure it with this. Yes! Yes!
Khazan, why do you stubbornly refuse to understand?
Holy shit, this is amazing. Oh my fucking god, that was so good.
Khazan, I'm sorry.
I swear to god. Fourth phase? Swear to god if there's a fourth phase. I swear to fucking god. Thanks, guys. Oh, that was amazing. That was so good. For Souls like last boss's coolest one, yeah, 100%. Just the music as well. Oh my god. The chains didn't do shit. And with that, the main playthrough of the game is over. Fighting Ozma, killing all these bosses. Amazing time. This game is so much fun. If you guys haven't played it, 100% suggestion from me. Go play it. And if you struggle at Ozma, go get yourself some chocolate, because apparently that helps. So once we've beaten Ozma, we get this next part where we have to go through getting some memories. And then this is where there is another bug trophy, or there was at the point of me doing it. But somehow it unlocked for me, thankfully, because otherwise you would have to go through the entire thing again. Thankfully now they have fixed a lot of these issues. So if you do it yourself, you won't run into all these bug trophies. The first Berserker. Reach the ending after a difficult journey. Reach the ending. Reach the ending without summoning a spirit. Wow. That was intense. That was an intense fight, and also an intense game. Oh, was that the trophy? The gold one? We got the true ending! First playthrough, we got the true ending without even looking anything up. I love that that happened. Like, in Dark Souls, you wouldn't be able to do that, because it would be fucking random as hell, and you'd have to, like, find this random item to give to this random person, and then, like, marry them and stab them in the face. and then kill yourself, and then fight this boss, and then kill yourself again, and then you get the true ending. But you have to select it at the end. Whereas this is just like, get the collectibles, pick a certain thing. I don't know if, because there was a previous thing with Bellarine where you said something to her as well. I don't know if that's maybe something to do with it as well, because that was a choice thing. But this game has been absolutely unbelievable. Like, I knew it was going to be good because it's a Souls-like, and I pretty much enjoy most Souls-likes, but holy shit. The music, 10 out of 10. The boss fights, 12 out of 10. Also, by the way, did I say I would have some chocolate and I would win? The sample size is getting bigger. And this is where I realised that I haven't unlocked trophies that I have already done. So this is Princess Ilna and Scalpel, and then a few other side quest ones. They did not unlock. At the point of this video that I recorded this was all bugged. So yeah, you couldn't get any of these unless you ran through all of the side quests all in one go without turning off the game or anything like that, which is what I have to do. So we do all that, we get all those trophies out of the way, and then the final one is just embarking on a new journey. Start your journey anew to become even stronger, discover higher grade items, confront even more formidable enemies. Yes. A new path, embarked on the second journey, and, drumroll please, Khazan! This game was so fucking good. And that is it for the Khazan journey, guys. I hope you enjoyed all the bits that I shared with you. Sorry it's not a full platinum thing. I didn't see the point in showing you some of the bugged trophies and things like that and the collectibles. But for the most part, really fun game. There's not too many things to collect. It's not crazy like the original Dark Souls where you have to collect every single weapon, do all this sort of crazy crap for the final ending and stuff like that. Really easy to get the final ending because I got it without even looking up a guide. Just as long as you choose the right choice at a certain point in the game. Game's amazing, bosses are amazing, music's 10 out of 10. Hopefully you guys try this, and hope you enjoyed the journey with me. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next platinum journey. You guys have a great day, and get those platinums. Alright, let's see how